What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the Transformers masterpiece Cheetor and Shadow Panther, or as they call him in Japan, Cheetahs. So this was sent to me by Mr. G. Tony. He's always trying to get me to like Beast Wars. I still don't love Beast Wars the show, but I do appreciate these toys, especially the masterpiece. They're very intricate. They've got a lot of really cool details and features. Let's take a look at the collector's cards here. Obviously, these two are mold mates, basically the same, but a repaint here. So we'll take a look at them together. Here's the collector's card for Cheetahs, or Cheetor, as we know him. There's his tech specs and bio in Japanese. And then here's the Shadow Panther MP-34S for Shadow Panther. And then there's the back and his tech specs. He's got better specs for some reason. But there you go. The Shadow Panther also comes with this coin. I guess it's an exclusive. So you get this. It says Masterpiece. And you got a picture of his head there. And then you got the Maximal symbol. So pretty cool. So let's take a look at these guys. We'll mainly take a look at the Cheetor, and we'll just kind of have this guy in each of the modes. But here he is. He got a really nice deco. This printed, digital print for the spots there. That looks really cool. There's the face. You do have whiskers here. They're like plastic, almost like fiber optic plastic pieces. Here's the back. You do have a little bit of robot kibble back here, but not too bad. You always have that fine balance of robot kibble and animal parts, but this isn't too bad. I think you see a little bit of blue here. But from the front, it really does look good. You do have a lot of articulation on this. Now, the head out of the box, if you just pull it open, it doesn't really do anything. But you want to pull this forward, and it's still tricky because that comes out. So just kind of wiggle it, and now you can see this is much further out. So if you get this back on gently without pushing it back in, now you get the up, down, left, right. So you can get all the movement you need on the head, but you got to pull that joint out. But really, it works really well. You can't open the mouth there, and there's a ton of detail. See all that red and white paint? I mean, that's just very well done. Nicely painted green eyes. The whole face is just extremely well painted. I don't know if that's digital or hand painted, but it's very, very nicely done. So there's the kind of yelling head. And there's kind of a growling. He's got his eyes a little bit closed compared to the other one. So really nice options there for the head. You do get options for Shadow Panther as well. So there's Shadow Panther's stock head. There's his kind of screaming, yelling head, and the eyes are a little bit closed, but they're looking to the left. So opposite of what we got with Cheetor. Crazy, wide open eyes, face. You can't open and close all these mouths, but this one's really kind of wild. So there you go for all the heads. All right, let's go over his articulation, and it is the same on these two. I showed you the head already. So moving backwards, the arms can rotate around on this joint right here. You can break up the sculpt if you move it too far away, so you kind of have to leave this right there and rotate here. So I'd leave this just covering up that hole. So that goes up and down. It goes in and out all the way up to there. You can rotate at the elbow, goes up to there, back to there. And then the paw goes back to there, up to there, and side to side. So you can get the legs out to the side, and you can get the paw down flat on the ground. You have ab crunch here for the beast mode. So you can get that kind of crouched down, or you can extend it. And you can see his gut gun fell out. You can display him without the gut gun, but it doesn't really make sense. So I just leave that in there. The tail has 2 points of articulation, one here and one there, so you can get that down or get that way up. The legs can rotate here. You can get it out to the side a little bit. The knee can bend here. Then the ankle can bend, and then the toe can bend up and down. No side-to-side movement on this rear toe, so just be careful not to try and bend that. So there you go for articulation. All right, now let's get these guys transformed into their robot modes. A little bit involved, but for what it is, especially since you would think it just kind of stands up, but it actually has some things. You got to be careful. There's a couple spots, but overall, not too bad. So let's start with the top here. So go ahead and unpeg this. You're going to take these panels and you can fold these down. This has a tab right here. And so you're going to get this onto that tab and it's just going to sit like that. You can straighten up these arms and just leave those for now. All right, so same on this side, open this up, get it onto the tab, and just leave that for now. And we'll take care of that later. Go ahead and open up this now that we've cleared all that out of the way. And you can see the arms are in there. That makes up the arms. So pull those out. There's a little tab right here, so that's got to go in. Don't love how that works, but it's very hard to get back out. So you need a spudger to get that out, but it goes in nice and fine, but getting it out is very annoying. All right, so once you get those in, fold out the shoulders all the way. Take these panels here, those are going to accordion backwards on his arms, and the hands come out very easily, so you may want to hold that, but get that accordion back, and then you can put the hand back in. Close up his fist. Same on this side. Take the hands and accordion that back. All right. And you can see his gut gun fell out from right here, so I'm just going to take it out. It was just pegged in right there. We'll transform this in a minute, so just set that aside. It doesn't fall out on its own. Go ahead and open up this panel here. You're going to take this, and this entire piece is going to come and detach. So it is sort of just attached here on the side with friction and a tab. So go ahead and take these two panels, fold those up. You can take this entire thing and it's pegged into the back here. So you want to take this off and it's just sitting right in this groove. So this becomes his gun. I might as well just transform it now since we're sitting here with it. So go ahead and take this. That's going to rotate around to the front and then sit straight. These are going to come to the back and you can fold these panels inwards, and there you go, and you can fold down the handle here, and that gun is pretty much ready to go. It's a pretty weird gun, but set that aside. Now we'll take care of his legs. So the legs are probably the more complex part of this entire thing, so let's work on that. So go ahead and take this and unpeg it from here. And it's just tabbed in right there. And you're going to bring this down, rotate it around, and then peg it right back into the other side. So it's interesting how this works, but that's how they set it up. So just make sure that clicks back in. This is going to come down and rotate and push on the slider all the way in. So that's become his hip skirts. Straighten up these legs. And let's take care of these legs. So once you have them straight like this, come to the bottom here. We're going to fold these downwards. Open up this on the back. We're going to push this forward. That's going to make his knee piece there. And then once that's cleared, you can put this back in there in the hole you just made. All right, fold this up. Make sure this tab is open. Right. So fold this down, I'm sorry, not up, and then close this tab down. And then open up the heel spur, and that's 1 foot kind of done. All right, so same on this side, I'll do this a little bit smoother this time. Open this up, fold out the heel spur, close this little cover piece down, push this open so you get the knee piece sticking out. And then where that left, you're going to replace that with this foot. So there's his legs, pretty much all done. Let's move on to the upper body. So this is going to come down and accordion inwards. So go ahead and fold this down. Right. Take the head, fold this outwards. That's going to rotate around here. Take the head panel and close the mouth here. And this is going to, let's see. Pretty sure you can do it without popping the head off. Let's see if I can do it. No, too much struggle. So I'm just gonna put it back on. All right, so this is gonna go down and inside his chest and sort of collapse in there, right to the head around. And then this is all gonna come up together, and there's a little tab right here on the end, and that's gonna fit right into the slot on his neck. So you gotta make sure you have all that lined up. If it doesn't come together, that means you don't have this squared away. So this has to go all the way in, like that. And then this is gonna come back and meet up and tab into his neck. And just be careful with this piece, it's a very thin plastic there. Go ahead and rotate the knees to the other side. So you have his legs facing forward. You can adjust these arms just to get them in the right position. Come to the back here. Now these have to be in the right position, so make sure they didn't get untabbed from where you had them tabbed in. If they did, just readjust those. There's a slot right here for this tab, so get that tabbed in. Something like that. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I mean, you're supposed to have the legs straightened, so I guess we'll do that. So get the legs straight like that, and then get them tabbed together and something like that. And a couple of finishing steps here. Go ahead and take the legs. I forgot to do this. Flip this so you have this gold piece on the front, and then rotate the foot or the knee, and that allows you to get the foot in the right direction. So same on this side. Rotate this to the front, rotate at the knee, and you should have this at the right direction. Now you probably wouldn't have to rotate at the knee if I hadn't rotated it before, so you really just need to rotate this, right? Because it was facing the other direction. But there you go. There is Cheetor in his robot mode. Really cool looking. It looks incredibly close to the cartoon. Let's put the image there. Got some really nice detail on this. You got the gold paint here. Got the gold all throughout the arms. They have a new head here. The other one went into the back, but you know, more shaped and sized for this robot mode. You got some gold paint back here. Nice little cheetah details in there. Gold for the head crest. This dark blue kind of all throughout. It is light piped. There's a little hollow piece back here. It does allow a little bit of light through, but again, you know me, I always prefer to have the painted eyes so you can actually see, 'cause if you don't always have light. But there you go. Here's the bottom, nice clean. And this is accurate. I looked at the show, it is accurate. I don't love it, but that is accurate. So really, really nicely done. You can take his weapons. So here is the gut gun. The first few times is a little tricky to get this open. So I recommend pulling here to open this, and then flip out the gun, flip this down, and open up the handle right here. And that can fit into his hand. And it's a little tricky to get in here, but you can get it back into there. Just make sure you hit the tab part. And this is one of the issues. This hand always comes off, but get that plugged in. And there he is with his gun there. That looks pretty darn good. That's a lot of nice detail in there. There's the actual gut. There's the gold paint. Very well done. All right, and to use this gun, you have to take the hand off. So I recommend you take the hand out, get it around this peg. There's no tab on it, so it's kind of loose. And then angle this outwards so you can get it plugged in. Go ahead and take this. This is going to fold around, and there's a little slot right there that's going to fit on the top of the gun. I don't like how this works, but this is how it works. Get that pegged in, and then this slot's going to fit into here. So you got to get all of that on there, and that's what holds it onto the hand. I just don't like it, but I really think it's a weird way to do a weapon hold. All right, but now that you have that like that, then you can get this back on here, and it can be frustrating to get it all in the right position, but And there you go. There he's holding. I really don't like this gun. It's just such a annoying gun to use. I guess it looks good, but setting it up is kind of annoying. So I prefer just to use the gut gun, or what's the official name? Tiger shot, whatever you call it. I don't really enjoy this one, but it's there if you want to use it. And there's Shadow Panther all transformed up as well. He has got the same gun. His gut's black apparently, but he's done in this silver and yellow deco. Black and yellow, and silver. And he looks good. Really nice reuse of the mold. It's basically identical. There's no change here except for the silver, yellow, and black. And it all looks really nice. He does have the same gun. I don't care for it, so I'm not going to use it. But you can do the same thing as you did with this one. I did take that out. Here's the back. Nice and clean. If you prefer, you can store this back here. So there's a little spot to plug it in. So you can take this tab right here. And I guess you can fold this up, and then that will tab right onto his back. I don't know. Kind of silly, but you can do it. There's a little storage spot there. Both of them can do that, but there you go for Shadow Panther. So you do get some alternate face sculpts here in robot mode. You basically just lift forward and up, and you can take the face out. And this one's kind of a open mouth. You can see his teeth there. And then here's another face kind of growling or snarling, smirking maybe. All of them look really nice. They're good face sculpts there. Of course, Shadow Panther has his own face sculpts. So there's that one. There's his kind of snarling or smiling face. There's sort of a really angry, or I don't know. All these faces look very similar, but there's another face. And there's sort of his special chromed out, I guess it's a toy deco face. Kind of cool, actually. Neat that they gave you this. They usually include these kind of things with the Takara Tomy Mall exclusives, like they did with the MP Primal, the toy version. He came with a head like this. So neat little options there. Now you can also take the communicator here, and that can fit onto his arm, and then he can communicate with the rest of his crew. So nice little accessories included here. Now let's take a look at his articulation. The head is on a rotating swivel, so it rotates all the way around. It goes really high up, but obviously breaks the sculpt, so you don't want to go too high. A little bit down. The shoulders rotate all the way around on this joint. Out to the side, all the way up. Rotation at the bicep. Double jointed elbow gets you the full bend. Rotation at the wrist, and these wrists kind of pop out very easily, but you have a single pin here at the base of the hand and then for the fingers, but the fingers are all attached together, so you can't really get them pointing or anything like that. You have a waist swivel. It's very tight, and I'd be careful with the paint there. I don't believe there's an ab crunch on this one. I think it's locked in place. The legs go up to there. You can move this hip skirt out of the way, although it starts to get ugly. But you move the hip skirt out of the way, it goes up to there. Back to here, hindered by these, but you can sort of get them out of the way. Out to the side. Double jointed knee gets you the full bend. And you can kind of manipulate that. But for standing straight, you want to have that knee all the way forward. That looks best. You have ankle tilt, or I guess it's a toe tilt out to the side. You have a toe heel or toe movement that way, and the entire foot can go, let's see, thought it goes up, maybe not. Yeah, it goes down. So there you go for articulation. So final thoughts on the Masterpiece Cheetor and Shadow Panther. Let's start with the positives. They're painted beautifully all throughout, both the beast mode and the robot modes. They really shine and stand out. I love the deco on these beast, the pattern. It really does look good. I mean, I don't care for animal Transformers, but even I'm saying this looks really good. Same for Shadow Panther here. His paint scheme and everything looks really nice. And then I like the chrome. It is a fingerprint magnet, but it does look really nice. I do like the gut guns but I hate these guns. I think these are really dumb. They just don't work. They don't sit well. Even the storage of them are silly, but you don't need to use them. You can just set them aside or store them on their back if you prefer. You get some really nice accessories. You get 2 alternate heads for the beast mode, 2 alternate heads for the robot mode. I mean, you get tons of accessories here, and they really all work and they look good. So I definitely like these. I highly recommend them. They don't feel cheap. They don't feel like the plastics are going to break. I transformed these a couple times and they seem pretty good. So I recommend these if you're a Beast Force fan. Me personally, obviously not love Beast Wars, but as far as versions, these are the best versions of Cheetor and Shadow Panther that we've ever gotten. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.